Welcome back to Growing Craft. Please do subscribe to our channel before we start this video and do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you do not miss out any of our updates. Also do check our website www.growingcraft.com and let's get started. So to start with, here is the massive decoupage collection, and this is one of my favorites. I know it is very difficult to ban, but I have picked up this pretty lady for my plate decor. Now first I'm going to this one. I am not going to do any fussy cutting work because we are going to do a lot of color in this particular video tutorial. Now first I'm going to apply my decoupage glue on my base, and yes, I'll make sure that I apply a generous amount of decoupage glue, and then I'm going to stick my decoupage paper. Now you need to be really careful when you are doing your sticking work. You need to make sure that you try this really well. There should not be any wrinkles, there should not be any bubbles at all. Now just in case if you guys are a little discomfort with the sticking part, try using your sponge dabber, that really helps. Now with the help of a heat gun, I'm going to dry this out. I will make sure that it dries out really well. Then only we can move on to the next step, which is a very important step of doing the color blending technique. Now there is a mistake in this video. I literally forgot to do the white gesso work, which I should have done. I would still recommend that. First start with your gesso work, then do your decoupage work. Why I am saying this, because with gesso it is super easy to have a nice grip of your colors on any of your surfaces. Like in this one, I directly started with the chalk paints, and I realized it only after finishing 2 coats of colors that I forgot to use my white gesso. What happens if you do not use your gesso is that it is very tricky and difficult to have your colors on your base. Like you won't be able to make out that in this video process at all, but while working on a surface you will realize that white gesso is really important. Now here I'm using my Anukul brushes. Now why do I mention Anukul brushes? Because I know a lot of different varieties of brushes are available in the market for different techniques, but I prefer using one brand brush so that it's easier for me. Otherwise, anyways, there is a lot of craft supplies which we should have bought, but it is very expensive, and of course managing all your craft supplies is so difficult. Now with the help of a sponge dauber, I'm just going to finish off my coloring, and you can see that how sponge dauber helps your base to like smoothen up so well, and it blends color absolutely fine. And I love using my sponge daubers. They are one of the best tools, and they come in like there are 4 pieces in a pack, 5 pieces in a pack of different sizes. I mentioned all this is linked down in the video description box so that it's easier for you guys to place your order. Now right now I'm just doing one pink shade, and you can make out that this is so darker than the shade of my decoupage paper. Why I chose this color? Because I want to do a little bit of color blending. So whenever we are doing the color blending, you need to have 2-3 different kinds of shades so that it mixes well, it blends well. Now once I am done with this coat of chalk paint, then I'm going to let this dry. So for drying, I'm going to use my heat gun here. Why? Because it is super easy to dry out everything with your heat gun. You save a lot of time. Like if I don't have my heat gun, I will have to let it dry for 1-2 hours, and then only I can move on to the next step. But honestly, like for making this plate, it just took me like 40 minutes maximum, because I of course took some time break, my coffee break during this session. So now we have already started with the lighter color of pink, and this is also not the exact pink. I could have taken the exact shade of the pink which is there on the paper, but I wanted to have a little contrast so that I highlight my pretty girl a little more, and just to highlight that I'm using second shade of pink on the top of it. Now whenever you are blending your colors, please do make sure that your first layers have dried out. Otherwise you can do the water technique, the literally watercolor technique. Just in case if you guys have missed out that, you can check out any of our tutorials, and you will see that how you can do your different variety of color blending. Now after my chalk paints have dried out, I am going to seal this up. Yes, I am crazy about varnishes. I absolutely love them because the kind of strength they give to your bases is amazing. So here I am going to use one generous coat of varnish, and I'll apply it on my complete plate, even on my decoupage paper also. And then we are going to let this dry for a good amount of time. Now just in case if you want to speed up the process, you can use your heat guns, and it saves a lot of time. So after your heat gun use, we will be moving to the next step, and that's the gliding work. And I absolutely love this one because here you are giving a nice gold effect to your project. Now just for your reference, here I am doing this complete process on a glass plate. If you want, you can repeat the same process on any of the MDF bases or plastic surfaces or metal surfaces. The process has to be same. Just do not forget to use your gesso, which I did. Now here I am using my gliding glue, my clear glue, and I'm going to use my gold foils on the top of it. So here I'm using my sponge dauber. Now the only reason why I'm using stenciler is because I did not want to have the complete area the gold foiling work. I wanted to have in patches. Now just to have it in patches, the best way is to use your stencils. You can, here I have used this one because I wanted just to have dots kind of pattern on my plate. If you want any other pattern, you can go with that, but I felt that with this solid motif at the center of my decoupage paper, the dot patterns are going to look really good. So after my adhesive work, here is my gliding foil. I have already crumbled it to small pieces so that it's easier for me to spread it out. When we are doing on a bigger surface with a plain flat gold, you need the sheets, but when you are doing it on a smaller parts, you can just crumble it and use it with your brushes. And like I mentioned earlier, I have been using Anukul brushes for quite long time now, and that's the reason I absolutely love it, because with this just one brush I can use it on for my gliding work, for my chalk paints, my acrylic paints, for my any of my color medium work.
À deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre.
So once I am done with this, then we are going to use our varnish on the top of it, and we need to make sure that we apply generous amount of varnish. Now of course massive stamping is a must, so here I'm using their classic script stamp, and this is one of the best stamp which I've been using for more than 5 years now, and it is just amazing. So here I'm using my permanent ink pad, and I'm doing just the dot patch stamping on my plate because I just want to cover up the remaining areas. Now in this project you will see me using two different stamps. Why I'm using two different stamps? Because just to break the monotony of my script stamp. Now here I'm using a massive stamp with one pattern. The another pattern is going to be the complete contrast, that's the grid one. So try out these techniques with the massive stamps. I'm sure you guys are going to love it. Anyways, they have a lot of sale going on their website on these massive stamps, so you guys can check that too. Now it's time for my transfer sheet work, and here is one of the beautiful floral prints which I had. I have a lot of fussy cut designs available in my craft room because I just fussy cut them and keep it on in my stack so that whenever I need it I just use them quickly. I have tons of these transfer sheets, and they are so amazing. You just need to remove the plastic film, and then you need to stick it on your plates or the base wherever you are working it on. And just a little thing is that whenever you are sticking, just be a little careful because from the upper side the designs are not visible. So just be a little careful while doing this, and you will be so good to go. So yes, I know here you can see me overlapping my design on my stamping, but do not worry because as they are transparent except the design, so your stamping and your colors and everything will be visible. The pictures are there at the end of the video, you can check that. Now after sticking this thoroughly well, once you're happy with it, then we need to wet this up with clean water, and the moment you start adding water to it, you can see your designs, and once it gets really soaked well, then you can just peel it off and pick out your upper layer of your transfer sheets and your designs are ready.
À deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter.
So finally it's time to seal it up. Ramming just one coat of varnish. You can do at least 2 coats or 3 coats of varnishes and your decorative plates are ready. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Do it in the comment section which was your favorite part. Mine was the color blend technique. Yes, thank you so much for watching guys. Take care. Bye bye.